Hello, welcome into my workshop and welcome to the show Creations in Clay. My name is Louis Palladini, and tonight what I'd like to do is make a koala bear. And what I'd like to do is I want to dedicate this to my cousin Jeannie Conlon Estes. She's a very big fan of koala bears, and I just thought I'd make this for her tonight, and that way I can give it to her later, but I thought she'd get a kick out of it. But I want to show you the types of clay that you can use. There is an oil-based clay, such as this, which never hardens, and you can use it over and over again, and I used to use this all the time when I was a little kid. You know, I'd make something, get tired of it, make something else, and it's a great clay to work with. Another type of clay that you can use is an air-hardening clay, which can be bought in the art store, and this hardens in 2 hours or overnight, and then you can paint it. It's a great clay to use for that if you want something permanent. My preference for the clay is a clay called Super Sculpey, which can be fired in the oven at 275 degrees for about 15 or 20 minutes. It becomes hard, you can drill it, sand it, you can make a tremendous amount of detail, which I can incorporate into sculptures, and that's what I really love about it. I'll show you the size balls of clay we've been using tonight. This large ball of clay here is going to be for the koala bear body. The next ball of clay that we're going to use is going to be for the head. And I put 2 little balls of clay up here. That's what I'm going to make the ears from. And then I'm going to have these 4 smaller balls of clay, which are right here. And we'll use this for the arms and the legs. And then finally, for the hands and feet, we will use these 4 small balls of clay for the hands and feet. When it comes to the nose and some of the head, I'm just going to use the additive technique and use the clay. I have some extra clay right here that I'll use for that. The first step in the process for the koala bear, I'll show you what we want to do. We want to make the body right here. See this area right here where he's white? From just under here down to here. This whole area here, we're going to make that body. I'll show you the back. So we'll proceed to make that particular shape. We're going to take this piece of clay now, and I'm going to take it in my hands, just kind of squeeze it, just like this. And I'm just going to work it just like that. You do that. Just going to stretch it out a little bit. And let me see, I want to kind of get an idea of where I want the size. And we're going to tap that on the table a little bit because he's going to be sitting down. So the next ball of clay that we want to use is going to be for the head. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to take these 2 small balls of clay off that are going to be the ears, and I'm going to take and kind of place that right on top here. And we're going to work that in. See, I'm kind of working that clay in, just like that. See, just work that, just like that. I'm going to connect the head to the body, just like this. And should be in good shape there. And then what I also want to do is I want to put the ears on now. So I'm going to look at the sculpture, and we want to put the ears of the koala bear. These are the ears. We're going to place those on the side of the head. And we'll proceed to do that. What I'm going to do is I'll show you how to make the ears. We're just going to kind of flatten them out for now. I pick this ball of clay up here. Just going to flatten it. See how it's nice and flat? Just keep working it. Just like, and I'll show you the shape that we want. See that? That's the shape that we want for the ear. And what I'm going to proceed to do is I'm going to put that on the koala bear's head. See that? We can kind of attach it there. Just work that like that. And just take your fingers and kind of attach it. Just kind of, see I'm pressing down like that? And you want to attach that. And then we want to go all the way around and attach it from the other side. We're going to proceed to make the other ear. So we're going to pick this ball of clay up and just going to flatten that one out also. So I'll show you, we're just making, see how that's nice and flat? So you just kind of squeeze it, and then we want to create that shape for the other side. So this is the shape that you want. And we're going to proceed to put this on the koala bear on the other side. So we're going to just work that in. So what you do is, see I'm taking and squeezing the clay up against the head. You can kind of flip that over, do the same thing on the other side like that. And that way it's nice and attached. Then we're going to proceed to make the arms and the legs. So the way we'll proceed to do that is we're going to take these 4 balls of clay here, and I'll show you. We'll take the first 2, and we can kind of roll those out. So what I will do is just, see how I'm just taking this and rolling onto the table? Just roll it on the table like that. So it'll look like a little log in the beginning as you're rolling it. We want to make the other one the same way. Just go like that. Now what we want to do is, I'll try to shape the arms. I want to show you what the shape that we want. What we're going to proceed to do, see this arm here? That's the shape that we want to create. We're not going to create the hand just yet. And we'll proceed to do that on the other side. We'll make this arm here. We're going to make the 2 arms. And I'll show you how we'll just keep working it. And I'll show you the shape that it will look like in the minute. This is what one of the arms will look like. See that? That'll be like the inside of the arm. That will be the outside of the arm. And then what we're going to proceed to do is take and attach this right about here. See, I'm going to take that, I'm going to attach that, just like that, kind of squeeze that clay into the body, just like that, knead it in. And then we'll proceed to make the other arm. I'm going to take and roll that a little more, like I'll push him aside. We're going to just roll that a little bit more like that. And we'll proceed to make the other arm. So, see, I'm just going to kind of squeeze that a little bit, make that arm-like shape. And you see what I'm doing? I'm kind of taking my thumb and kind of pressing in there, because that's where we're going to attach the other arm to the body. We want to kind of almost create like a little elbow. And I'll show you. And that's the shape that we want. See that? And that's the outside of the arm, and that's the inside of the arm. This is the piece that will connect to the clay. So we're going to proceed to take our koala bear, and we're going to take and press the other arm in just like this. See, I'm kind of squeezing the clay up against the bear, just like that. Going to work that in like that. And so see how they look now? We'll proceed to make the legs. We'll do that in a similar manner. Tap that down there. We'll move that. So now we're going to roll. He doesn't want to stand up. I'll just put him over there. See how I make the log-like shape? And then we're going to, I'll show you the shape of the leg that we want. We're going to kind of put a little bend in it. That's going to be like the little knee. And we're going to kind of round that out like that. I'll show you, see how that's starting to really take shape now? That will be one of the legs. And we'll proceed to put that onto the bear. I'll grab the bear now, and we're going to place the leg on this side right here. See how I'm working that in? I'm pressing that up against the bear. Now we'll proceed to make the other leg. I'm going to roll that like a log. just like that. And then we'll see the nice log-like shape. And then we're going to start to bend it a little bit so we can kind of give it like the knee. See how it's kind of bending over? That's going to be like the knee area. And just kind of work it just like that. Just knead it. And then what we'll do is we'll make sure that it works. Just like that. And we'll take and put this up against here like this. We'll attach that like that. And we'll work that clay in just like that. So then what we'll proceed to do is, I think we'll make the head, we'll do a little more work on the head. What we're going to proceed to do is make the nose. So I'm going to take some clay right now that I have over here, and I'm going to kind of like create a little ball. I'll show you the size that we want. I just want to make sure it's the right size. I'll compare it to this one over here to kind of see how big that nose was. So I think we just about have the right amount of clay. I'm just going to get just a touch more off the clay here. And then what we're going to do is I'll press it on the nose, or the nose on the face. I'm going to get a little more clay here, and I'm going to build up this area right here a little bit in front of the bear. The face right there. See, I kind of added some clay. I think we'll add the clay to build up the face area a little more. Just like that. See how I added that? And then we'll just add a little more down below that. And then we're going to put that just like that. We'll kind of work that in a little bit. Just want to add so it has a little more clay in the front. Just going to look at that. Just want to kind of knead it nicely. That's starting to look pretty good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take and try to create a nose. So what we're going to do is, this is the piece that we want to make right here. See this black nose? We want to make that piece right there. And then I'll make another little jar underneath it. But once we get the nose in there, I'll show you how to do the both pieces and put them together. We're going to take this now. I'm going to take this and kind of squeeze it. And I'll show you the shape of the nose. That's what the front will look like. That's what the side will look like. That's what the bottom will look like. What we want to do is I want to get a toothpick right here. Now these can be bought in a supermarket or, or any like little drugstore or something. You can get these. And what I like about these, they have the two ends. And what we're going to do is we're going to take, for the nostrils, we're going to take this toothpick and kind of just work under there. So I made a little hole there. Just like that. See that one? And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Right here. We'll kind of work that just like that. And you'll see those two little holes there. And then what we're going to proceed to do is put that on the face. So I'm going to take this and place it approximately here. Just like that. I'm going to work that into the face area. See, I'm kind of connecting it. Just like that. You want to kind of do it just like that. And what I'll do is I'm going to create the lower jaw now. So we'll take a little piece of clay here and we'll create that lower jaw. So what I do is I take the little piece of clay, roll it. Now I'm going to flatten it a little bit, because I think this approximately be the right size. So, see the shape that I made there? That'll be the top, that will be the bottom, and the side. So we're going to work this in right here. I'm going to put this right here underneath, and we'll work that in. See, I'm going to flip that around, and you see I'm kind of pushing that jar in like that. And we'll just do it just like that. Just want to make sure it looks good. Then I'm going to start thinking about how we're going to do the eyes. For the eyes, we're going to take and we'll put the toothpick in right about there and kind of work it back and forth like that. And then we're going to go to the other side and do the exact same thing. So see, I kind of work that back and forth like that. And you see how you have the eyes and the nose now. Pretty good. So now what we're going to proceed to do is I want to make the hands and the feet. I think the feet will be the easiest. We're going to take the 2 balls of clay here like this, and I'll show you what we're going to use these for the feet, but I'll show you what we want to create. The shape that we want to create is, see this foot right here? Right there. And we're going to make that foot, that's what it looks like from the side, and that's what it looks like from the other angle. But we're going to make 2 of those. So I'll proceed to show you how we're going to make the feet. So we're going to take this ball of clay, and we're going to kind of flatten it out. We're going to make it into a foot-like shape. And I'll show you, see how I'm flattening that clay. And we're going to give them some toes also. So that's the shape that you want. That's what it looked like from the top. That's what it looked like from the side, the bottom. And so we're going to make 2 of these. I'm going to proceed to pick this clay up, and I'm going to do the same thing with this piece of clay here. Flatten it out. We're going to make that shape for the feet. Just like that. And I want to make sure these are approximately the same size. Looks like they are. So what we want to do is we want to make the toes. So what we're going to do is you can take the toothpick, right? And you can go like this. See this now? We're going to go, just push down just like that. 1, 2. See that? I'll try to get it. See how you just kind of work the toothpick in like that to create those indentations. And then we'll proceed to do, I want to do it from both sides. Do it up here also. And we're going to proceed to do the other one. So on this one here, we're going to do 1, 2. See that? We can make a little more detail by kind of tweaking it there like that. And we'll go and do it from the other side. Now what we want to proceed to do is we want to connect these feet to the panda bear. So we're going to take and attach the feet. I'm going to put one of the feet here, right up against, see I'm just going like that. And what we're going to do is you take the foot and you just kind of work the clay in like this. You kind of press them closer together, and then just kind of take your finger and kind of work the clay up like that so that they'll be attached. And then what you can also do is take our toothpick, and you can take and just kind of work the clay this way. See, I'm kind of pushing that clay down up against the foot because you want to attach it from all sides. We'll proceed to do the next one. We're going to take that, place that on the bottom there, attach it, and just kind of work the clay from all sides, see? Just kind of work that, kind of work them together, and then we're going to take, and we can use the toothpick, and we'll get that from the top when you kind of go like that and do that. The next step in the process is going to be the hands. And the way we would do those is I will show you. We're going to make the shape. I'll show you the shape that we're trying to make for the hand. See this hand here? We're trying to make that hand. We're going to have 3 fingers and a thumb. And I'll try to show from the other side. You might be able to, yeah, you can kind of see it. But that's what the shape that we're trying to shoot for. And I'll show you a very easy technique to do it. We're going to make what looks like a mitten with the thumb. And I'll show you flatten this clay out like this. I want to make that nice and flat. And then on this other side, I'm going to try to create that little thumb. So you kind of pull up the clay and create, see I'm pulling up on the clay, and you make that little thumb. And then what we want to do is we want to place this down on the table. And I'll show you something really cool. You want to make 3 fingers, right? So what we're going to do is take the toothpick like this and just kind of press that down and push it right down to the table. And then you take and do the same thing on the other side. Just like this. Now what we'll do is we'll try to, now that the clay is kind of flattened out, we'll take the toothpick and kind of go in and get rid of the webbing that's there. And then I'm going to look now, and then what I'll do is take the finger and just kind of, now you can make them into points. See how I work this finger? I'm going to do the same with the other 2 fingers. Make them kind of pointed. And see that? I'm just kind of making them, getting rid of the excess clay. That's going to be one of the hands. I'll proceed to show you how to do the other one. We're going to make the shape of the hand, which almost will remind you of a mitten. And we'll take, and I will make the thumb. See, I'm kind of pulling the clay up to make that sharp thumb. I'm going to take, and it looks like a little mitten. See that? So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to place this down on the table, just like this. And then we're going to take this and kind of take and push down like that. And then we're going to take and do the same here. See how I created those indentations? Then you take the toothpick and kind of push in, because that area now is it's almost all the way through, so just kind of push in between like this. And then what I'll do is I'll take, and now I'll flip it up this way, and we'll kind of make the fingers a little longer. And we'll proceed to do the same with the other one. But this is just a cool little way to make the fingers for the koala bear. It's a very simple way of doing it. There are other ways, but I figured that'd be a very easy method to use and that we could incorporate into the sculpture tonight. So now what we want to do is take this hand now, and we're going to place it on the bear. So we're going to take this, and I would push it in the clay like this. See how I'm doing this? Just pushing that in. And we kind of work them both together. I'm going to just take and put this down a little bit. I'm going to take and work that clay together. So, see how I did that? And that, you've just created one of the hands. We'll proceed to do the other one. We're going to take this hand now, and I'm going to take and I'm going to place it right here. I'm going to push that against that. And it's going to create a nice hand. So, the next thing that we want to do is I want to scoop out the ears. So we're going to take this, and see this? We're going to scoop out the ears a little bit. Just going to scoop them out a little bit. And then we're going to proceed to do the other ear on the other side. So take your sculpting tool right here. And you can sculpt that out like that. Now this little sculpting tool that I have right here, this can be bought in any art store, and I'll show you what they probably look like in the package. If you go to the art store, they come in a package like this, and there's several other tools in there, but this is an awesome, awesome tool to use. You can do a lot of good things with it. The next thing that we want to do is I want to start creating some fur on the bear. So we're going to take this toothpick and you just kind of go around the face. Just take short little strokes like this. I'll show you. And create the, the fur. Just take little short strokes for the face area. And you're going to do that like the ears here. You want to make them almost nice and fluffy. So I'm going to take and kind of work these and try to make those. You want to make them look very furry because there's a lot of like white fur there. And so just take that. See, I'm kind of working that ear. Just do that. And then we're going to proceed to do the other ear. So what we want to do is just kind of, you want to work this part here. Just that there. And I'll try to, you're going to be going all the way around and do the bottom of the ear too, because we're going to want to make it like look fluffy and furry. Those look to be approximately the same size. Don't worry if the proportions are a little off. I just want you to kind of learn the technique. And we'll go around the entire bear in that manner. We're going to make fur like on the chest. Like that. You can just kind of work it a little bit like that. You can make that for a little bit longer. And then you want to do the arms in that manner. Just do like little short strokes. And you're going to go around the entire bear in that manner. And I'll show you what it should look like when it's done. This koala bear here is ready to be painted. But see how we did all the fur? All the detail with the fur here? You want to do that. Did the ears, the hands, the face. I fluffed up try to make the ears look really furry. And that's what it will look like when you're done with making the fur. The next step in the process is we want to paint. So you can buy these acrylic paints in any art store. They're great because they wash off very easily if you get them on your clothes or anything else. We'll proceed to take some colors out here. The colors we want tonight are gray, white, black. Let me see, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. So, gray, white, black. And then pink. The first color that we'll proceed to paint with is probably going to be white, but I want to show you the brushes that we should use. Get these done. For that part of the body, I think we'll use this size brush here. It's a decent sized brush and it'll be able to cover the body pretty good for the white. For the pink, I think we'll use this one for the pink, this size right here. And we'll just do a little touch up with that. For the black, this looks like it'll have a pretty good point in this one. I think we'll use this one for the black, for the nose and for the eyes. And then for the rest of the body, the gray, we'll proceed to use this size right here because it's a fairly large brush and we'll be able to cover the rest of the body pretty quickly with it. The first thing that I want to do is I want to paint I think we'll start with the pink. And with the area we're painting right now is this right in here. See that inner part of the ear. Just like that. Just back and forth a little bit. Because then we'll do the white after it. And we'll do the same on the other side. Just like that. Now we'll proceed to do the white. So for the stomach area, which is right here, you want to paint that back and forth like that. Back and forth, just like that. And you want to do the entire stomach area in that manner. Just like that. You know, sometimes it might need a couple of coats, so if you want to, once you paint it and it dries and you think it needs a second coat, you can add it. And the other area we want to paint white is up here around the ears, right here. Right there. Just kind of work that in. You want to make them look nice, white, and fluffy. Just like that. And then proceed to do the same on the other side. Just like that. Go all the way around the ear. See that? Pretty cool. And then the next thing that we want to do is, I think we'll do the black. Okay, I think what we want to do now is we're going to do the black nose. See that there? Because they got a nice black nose. Just like that. You do back and forth. Just like that. Then we'll paint that in the front. Just like that. See how cool that looks? Then I also want to do the eyes. So what we'll do is, those couple of little dots that we made for the eyes, take the brush, put it in there. And then we'll do the same on the other side. See that? Pretty cool, huh? And then what we'll proceed to do is, I think we'll do the gray. We'll take this, and then when you would do the gray now on the body, see how we go back and forth in a back and forth motion? Try to fill in all the fur when you're doing that, when you're going back and forth. Proceed to do that. Back and forth, back and forth. So you paint the entire area gray. Get the top of the head here. We're going to do like the back of the ears. We can work that in, just like that. And you're going to paint the entire bear gray. The only other areas that probably should be painted other colors, the bottom of these feet should be black. And then this bottom of this jaw here, I would make that white. And I'll show you with the other panda bear the way it should look. The colors, when it's finished painted, you want to do the white underside. You want to do the black, see how I did the black feet? You want to paint those black. You have the black nose, the black eyes. And then, see how we did the nice white and the pink ears on both sides? And then we painted the panda bear all gray. And that's what it should look like when it's finished. You know, like this one here, I probably could have added another coat of paint. Don't worry if it isn't perfect, but sometimes you need 2 or 3 coats of paint. But I just wanted to show you this is a great little animal to do. And I do want to thank you for coming to Creations in Clay. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks again. Hi kids, how would you like to win some professional modeling clay like the one that I used in the show? Please send pictures of your creations in clay and we will enter them into a drawing. You can send by mail or email, and I can't wait to see what you've been up to.